what did you notice as you began to write down the names and the ratings? This would be the live interactive portion of the seminar. Yeah, Tommy? Jennifer?
I was surprised at how my current girlfriend is rated lower than my ex. Surprised me.
Surprising, your current girlfriend's rated lower than your ex. Okay, got that. All right, who else? What did you notice? Yeah, Cindy?
I just realized I was rating them according to what they do for me and not what I do for them.
Oh, got it. So you're rating them based on what they do for you.
Yeah, she really did. We really get along really well. And so that feels good. So she's really high. And I realized, some of the ones that, and none of them were that low, but some of my friends that are close to me have been the 9 instead of the 10.
Hmm. Got that. Thank you. Yeah, Ellen?
I began to reflect not on what she said, you know, it made me feel good, but situations and circumstances, and it was affecting the way I rated them, because it's like, I didn't think there was a problem, I didn't think there was an issue, I didn't think I needed to work on anything with them, and when I started rating them, I realized, whoops, I do. And stories, and things that are said, and events that have happened made me rate them in a different way.
Got that. So you can see, you know, that there's a lot, you could say there's a lot of past there with some of those people. Yeah, particularly the ones you might have rated low. Yeah. Okay, good. So as you get present to the, so, and then Ellen, the other thing that you said is your initial thought was, well, there's not really anything I need to do here.
Yeah.
Right? But as you looked, like, oh gosh, hold on a second.
Because I erased a few, changed it.
Okay.
As I was doing it, I
Yeah.
was erasing, and that's why I always have principles.
Yeah. And what do you stand up, Becky, again? Because and so what do you now present to that the opportunity of doing this is?
Well, one of them was a friend that I've cut off completely because I felt like that the only time she talked to me was when she needed something. And she used me, I felt, I'm in the real estate business, and she would call me to help her do a contract. I'm not a broker. You need to call your broker. But she would call me, and that's the only time I'd hear from her. And when she had cancer, and I went over to try to help, that's been several years ago. She is a survivor, and I'm really happy for that. But it was like I was interfering, and I was bringing food, and I was doing things to help her, make her more comfortable. But yet she would turn around, I felt like, and I rated her really low.
Yeah.
Because I don't talk to her. It just because I know that if she calls me, she only wants something.
Yeah, so here's what I love about what you're sharing is you put her on your list. Because some of you will say, well, my relationships are all working, except if you look in your past, you have a trail of dead bodies. Because you killed them all off. So the current relationships you have are fine, but you have like this trail of people that you left behind. You know, so it's like looking there, you know, there's an opportunity. I don't know what the opportunity is yet. That's what we're going to discover as we continue to do this exercise. You know, I think, and you also reminded me of something else that happened. So I went to school with this kid when I first met him. He was a kid because we were in 6th grade, and his name was Kevin. And we didn't get along. I mean, we didn't get along from the moment he came in, and he was, you know, kind of a bully. And that started in 6th grade, and then that continued all the way through to high school. I mean, which is, you know, it's like one of those people you just never, you know, and did some nasty things. And he died last week. We're the same age. He died last week or the week before, and I knew he had cancer, and because I saw it on Facebook, right, and people posting, and when I first found out he was sick, so there was all that stuff from the past, and then I realized this is just a human being, and I don't know what about his life had him be the way he occurred to me. There was no way that he was, but there was a way he occurred. Is not a very nice person. But I don't know what his life was that's the way of being he developed. And now he's dead. And what does it matter? I mean, what does it matter? See, because we have these people, here's what I got for myself, is we have these people that impacted us at some point in our lives, and then we carry it around with us. I mean, like literally, I probably would never see him again, or maybe at a high school reunion or something like that. But there still was this charge there when I thought about him, and now he's dead. And it's like, so what difference does it make? What difference does it make what happened when I was in 11th grade? And he said whatever he said about me and my girlfriend. But I was carrying that around with me still, today, and then I was just so compelled to want to do something for the family. And then what I also noticed was at the same time I wanted to share what I'm sharing with you now. I'm sharing it in the context of the seminar. And I thought, why do I even have to say all that? Why does anybody have to know what that was then? Who cares? There is a human being that died and then a family that's left behind. Right? And then all these bizarre things started happening. So I found out that he and his wife both worked for Home Depot in Buffalo, where I'm from. And then, so that was weird. Then I found out that his sister-in-law works at Home Depot corporate. Oh, she works at the floor above me.
Wow.
Oh, and she was friends with my sister. My sister's 4 years younger than me. It was like this just bizarre string of things. And I just got absolutely connected. We all are. And then we'll kill off a person because of something that they said to you in 11th grade. And I'll never have an opportunity to go back and say, I don't even know what I would have said. Who even knows what it doesn't matter. The point is, it's all done, it's complete. And so that's when I say, if you let yourself open up to the bigness of this conversation, I don't know what's lurking in your past that you're holding on to, but it's impacting you now, and it's still impacting you now. And there's an opportunity to clean it up and get it complete. So, you're freed up and they're freed up. And the work we're gonna do now is we're gonna look at those people that you rated low and where there's some lack of integrity there. That either there's some broken promise or agreement, and we're talking about your broken promises or agreements, or there's some standard and ideal in that relationship that's been using you. So in my case, there was a standard and ideal about how people should be. Like kids should be nice to each other. You shouldn't be a bully to people. You should, not gossip. I mean, like a whole list of things that I could say. Now, I wasn't a graduate then. I wouldn't have known how to relate to him any differently than how I did. But looking back now, my view of that relationship is transformed because he was a kid dealing with whatever he was dealing with, and it came out however it came out, and that's it. Okay, so all right, so go back and look at your list and look to see those ones that you rated low where you see there's a lack of integrity. And what I mean again is there's either broken promises or agreements, and I'd look at your broken promises and agreements, not theirs. Look at your broken promises and agreements. Those are the ones you can do something about. Or you've related to that person from your standards and ideals rather than your principles and values. And as you go back through the list of relationships you rated low, see what are the broken promises and agreements and what are the standards and ideals that are present. Okay, so go ahead and give you a little time to do that.